Hello everyone, this is Bishwajit Sarkar and I'm a student of Biotechnology and Genetic Engineering, Jahangirnagar University, Savar, Dhaka, Bangladesh. So, my presentation topic is immunoinformatics analysis and in silico designing of epitope-based polyvalent vaccines against multiple strains of human coronaviruses. Okay, so coronaviruses are a group of pathogenic viruses that mainly infect the mammals and birds, and these viruses can cause diseases in respiratory tract of humans, which can range from common cold to more serious and lethal conditions and sometimes even death. So far, 7 strains of human coronaviruses have been discovered, and among them, the SARS, MERS, and the recently emerged SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19. All these 3 strains have caused some sort of outbreak or pandemic in the recent years. And we are all witnessing what the SARS-CoV-2 is capable of doing to the humanity. So in our research, what we have done, we have tried to design a polyvalent vaccine which might confer immunity towards 4 selected strains of coronaviruses, human coronaviruses, SARS, MERS, SARS-CoV-2, and OC43 strains of the coronavirus. The OC43 strain of the coronavirus is in the minor group of coronaviruses, but among the members of the minor group, this strain is the most commonly found. So this strain was also considered for vaccine designing in our study. Okay, so now let's look at how the study was designed or conducted. So here you can see at first we have selected our viruses and the protein sequences, and here we have used the spike glycoprotein of the coronaviruses to design the vaccines. I mean, the vaccine will target the spike glycoproteins of the coronaviruses. Then the antigenicity and physiochemical property analysis of the proteins are conducted, and then the epitope predictions are done. The T cell and B cell epitopes are predicted, and some filters are set, like the epitopes should have to be highly antigenic, then they have to be non-allergenic, non-toxic, and they have to be 100% conserved among the other strains of the coronaviruses, and they have to be non-homolog to the human protein. And only those epitopes that followed these filters are considered as the most promising epitopes and used in the vaccine construction. Later, after constructing the vaccine, actually in our study we have constructed 3 vaccines, and those vaccines differ from each other only in their adjuvant sequences. And the vaccines are constructed using the most promising epitopes that were determined in the previous step, and then those epitopes are linked with each other using various types of linkers and adapters. So after constructing the 3 vaccines, then we have predicted the antigenicity, allergenicity, and physiochemical properties of those vaccines, and the secondary and tertiary structure prediction, refinement, and validation are also conducted. Disulfide engineering was also done with those designed vaccines. And after that, the protein-protein docking analysis was conducted, and in the protein-protein docking analysis, the vaccines are docked with multiple toll-like receptors to find out which vaccine should have the more capability to bind with those toll-like receptors. And on vaccine that showed the best results in the protein-protein docking analysis was considered as the most promising vaccines, and then the simulation studies, the molecular dynamic simulation and immune simulation, was conducted only on that most promising vaccine construct. So after that, the codon adaptation in silico cloning and analysis of the vaccine mRNA was conducted, and this vaccine mRNA is the most promising vaccine was used in the codon adaptation in silico cloning and vaccine mRNA prediction studies. So now let's look at the some of the results of our studies. Here you can see. So here you can see the 3 vaccine constructs which we have designated as V1, V2, and V3. Here you can see the 3-dimensional structures of the vaccines, and here you can see the molecular docking between the base vaccine V3. After the docking, we have considered V3 as our base vaccine construct, and here you can see the base vaccine construct V3 with toll-like receptor in dock formation, and then the V3 toll-like receptor 8 complex was used in the molecular dynamics simulation, and the molecular dynamics simulation study concluded that our complex might have good stability in the biological environment. And then we have conducted the immune simulation study, and as you can see, the vaccine might have, the vaccine have good capability to generate good immune responses with increased levels of B cell, and then T helper cell, T cytotoxic cell, and then macrophages and antibodies in the blood plasma. And then finally, we have conducted the in silico cloning of V3 into the p-type plasmid vector. And here the red colored or red marked portion actually depicts the nucleotide sequence for the V3 vaccine construct, which will be used for mass production in E. coli cell, E. coli strain K12 cells. So since we have used the highly antigenic, non-allergenic, highly conserved sequences, to design the vaccines, and also the epitopes are non-homologous to the human proteome. So what we have concluded that our vaccines might have quite good stability and quite good immune response generating capability, and it can be used to fight against these human coronaviruses. But we suggest further in vivo and in vitro studies to finally confirm the findings of our study. So here are some of the references which we used in our to conduct conduct the study, and so I think that's all. So thank you all.